Hey guys, Tuesday, June 4th, 2024, US session close. This is the dollar seasonality. And looking at 5 years, you see that June and July are very weak. Also in May and November. There's no data for December. When you put 10 years here, you see that June and July are very weak. Kind of in sync with April. December is the worst. And you put 15 years, still June and July. And then you see September, October, get a nice little pop to the upside. 20 years, June, July, in conjunction with April and December. So using the seasonality, if it plays out, we could probably start getting a low between June and July, and then get a nice little rally into August and September. In regards to a spectrum cycle analysis, the cycles are bottoming out between June and July, so seasonalities and cycles are in sync. Does it mean that it's a guarantee that we're going to pop? No, it's just a probability. This is the game of probability, so we're trying to see if this is going to play out. But this is what has happened in the past. It may work out this time, may not. But if you don't want to deal with probability, just watch the dollar and see what could play out here. This is another indicator here on the daily. The super trend has just given us a sell signal because it closed below 104.19. Yesterday we didn't get that, but we've got it today. So it's very tricky. This area right here, this is all demand on the dollar, all demand. People will start accumulating if we start getting into this area right here. So the daily has just given us a sell signal. On the weekly, we still have a sell signal, but in the demand zone. If we're going to go in, and the demand zone is in between 99 all the way to like 103 and 81. And I still had a target of $98, and I still have it here. Can we get down there? Yeah, very possible. Between June and July. And then if it gets down there, I will buy. Because this is more of a Gann technique that hasn't played out here, but if it's going to play out, it's going to play out between these next this month and next month. So let's see how that plays out. But so far, the weekly is still on a sell signal. And on the monthly, you're still in a buy. So we've just been going sideways here. So the monthly's a buy, the weekly's a sell, and the daily just turned into a sell. Now looking at another indicator I use, this is the smooth Heikin-Ashi. So this one really cuts out the noise really good. You can just kind of tell that it's just been going sideways on the monthly. The white line is the closes. So I'm just trying to eliminate the noise. And so far you see that it's just, many times it makes a low here, a closed low, even though you get, spikes and whatnot. This is what's key, is to close. Where we closed, instead of all the noise and the wicks and everything. You can see there's a floor down here. And then it pops up here, fails. This is that 106 I'm watching. Like, I don't know if this is the 105. Yeah, this is the 106, and this is the 106. So there's a strong level here that the bears control. And it looks like now it wants to try to go in. But the monthly is telling you, that it's just sideways. Now, when we go into the weekly, you can see more of the swing. So we got positive here. It turned down. It's still positive on the weekly. The Heikin-Ashi is telling you that. So this is just pretty much all noise right now until it starts penetrating here. And then you'll start getting the Heikin-Ashi looking like this on this part of it. So all we have to do is just see if there's going to be some weakness. Maybe June and July is where the turning point to get a nice little rally into August. Let's look at a daily real quick and see what's there. And you can see that in the daily, it's more pronounced. And the word I was thinking of my earlier video today was symmetry, the geometry, the symmetry of the price action. But anyway, it hit me once I finished the video. Right now, the daily on the smooth Heikin-Ashi is negative. So in order for us to see some kind of reversal, we need to start seeing daily positive Heikin-Ashi. And this is very smooth. So even though you get all these spikes, look at that, all these moves like this, it's keeping you in the trend. And it's just eliminating a lot of the noise until you start seeing this here. And that's when you reverse your position. But so far it's negative. So we have to look for wait for one of these in order to go long. So those are a couple of things that I look at just to kind of get a analysis here. And in regards to today's price action, we got that low of 103.99 in the overnight, and then in the Euro session they popped it, or the London session, and somewhere around here they sold it off in the US session. So it was not that much movement. You're below the 200 SMA on the daily. Not the daily, this is a 30-minute, but it's on the daily range that I use. But yeah, it's on the 30-minute. We could probably go to the hour and see what's there. So yeah, so you can see that we got a PPS. It bounced off here, so it's a fail new low. You can see the Mobo got you that nice little trend to the upside. So now we got to see, is this going to be a dead cat bounce to push lower and take out? A lot of the Gann stuff that I've been watching, it says that there's a turning point on the 4/5, which is today and tomorrow. But then you got to factor in all this news and all this economic data that's coming out. It's going to get challenging because it's going to get very volatile. So this is probably the market to watch, this between this and the euro and the currencies, because things are getting like very interesting here. The euro looks like it's about to break out to the upside, but then the dollar found support and bounced. So everybody then just sold off on the euro. So it's a cat and mouse game right here. You can see that they bottomed out here on the Stokes on the shorter time frame, especially here, very oversold. On the 4 hour, you got that doji. But definitely you can see that there's weakness because you're below the midpoint. So there's different views, different ways of looking at this dollar in comparison to the currencies like the euro. I have it here also. Let's look at the yeah, so you see it didn't even get to test the trend line, but you know, let's see tomorrow it tries. Because this is the key. If it can regain this and hold it for at least 3 days, the probabilities are high that it could probably trend higher. But if it can't hold it, then the seasonalities and the weekly cycle could pull it down lower. And then once that turn comes, if it's going to turn with the cycles and seasonality, you got to swing low, maybe to these levels, you know, whatever the event or the economic news and data that is going to come out that's going to affect the dollar to push lower could be in sync for June and July. But if it's going to ignore it, because it's just been going sideways while these cycles are going down, it kind of tells me also that, you know what, maybe it's not going to go as low and it's just going to be chopping around here, faking people out, thinking that it's going to crash. And once these cycles turn, you know, on the bottom, hit the trough and then start going up, even though this is going sideways and trying to, you know, stay above this trend line and, you know, going down, but then going back up. Once that cycle, you know, trough hits and we're like in a situation like this, it's a high probability that it could probably start turning higher and surprise a lot of people. I mean, go to YouTube and look and type in US dollar and you can see maybe the first 5 or 10 videos are talking about the crash. So, you know, the sentiment is that it's going lower. But, you know, I am kind of watching it thinking that, you know, we're probably very close to a turning point for the dollar to go up. Well, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to sign out. If you want to see, let's just, before I sign out, let's type in the euro and see what that looks like. You see? Same thing over here. PPS sell signal, found support right here. And it looks like there's some selling pressure. It may test this again. I'm still short unless the dollar crashes. I mean, not crashes, you know, takes out the low and then I'll get out. But I'm thinking that maybe there's going to be a push lower, maybe even to test this 200 SMA right here on the 1 hour. Is that the 1 hour chart? Yeah. There's some support there and some support there. So it's a cat and mouse game. Let's see how the overnight session is going to play out. But this is looking good. I'm liking this because we didn't go lower. We just got to hold that. But if I see this taken out, I'm going to close my short on the euro. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the US dollar.